Invincible Season 3. I'ma just come out and say it already. I genuinely can't even hate. That shit was actually pretty good. But there were some things in it that I kinda hated that they did, especially with certain characters. So no matter how good the show was, there was obviously still some flaws to it, or just some personal preferences of mine that I wish I could have seen things gone different ways. So for those who haven't seen season 3 already, go ahead and click off this video, man, because I'm about to get into some details about the show that you may not want to know. And to not waste your time, we're gonna go ahead and get into the things that I didn't like about season 3, or just some things that I'm like, I have a personal preference against. And one of those things in Invincible that I didn't like was how they treated Cecil. Like, come on, my nigga. Cecil was only trying to defend the planet from threats like Mark, so it made sense why he watched Mark 24/7 and his family, because they're seen to be the center of everything bad that happens in the world. Nigga, if it came to your privacy and the fate of humanity itself, why are you so pressed that a nigga is just checking up on you? Like, you gotta see at some point that he's literally just trying to make sure that everything goes smooth and that the world isn't gonna end it tomorrow. Because as we see in these seasons, every problem shows up at Mark's door. And on top of that, they should be happy that this nigga Cecil has been wanting to help their family out so much. Because, my nigga, there are other families in the Invincible world where they probably need the help that Cecil gives to this family, my nigga. Come on, like, what? But of course he's not helping them to just help. He's helping them to always make sure that they're taken care of, to keep an eye on them, and for his own motives that you kind of find out through the show. Like, I hardly seen a time where Cecil was out of control or out of, like, he overstepping boundaries. There's no boundaries when it comes to billions of lives on the planet Earth, my man. How Debbie and Mark couldn't see that is just beyond me. Like, they kept mistreating my nigga 24/7. Bro, this nigga Mark then choked out this nigga, threatened this nigga, damn near killed this nigga millions of times. Bro, Cecil was damn near scared for his life every time he comes into contact with Mark, because, bro, nigga, this nigga Mark is tweaking the fuck out. Trust me, don't even get me started on the scene when Cecil brought this nigga to the White Room for his own protection, bruh. Cecil was scared of this nigga about to tweak, so he brought him to the White Room. There is no other thing beyond that. The only one that escalated that fight was Mark himself. Cecil told this nigga, I don't want to do this, brother. Don't make me do this, Mark. Chill out, bruh. Calm down. Go home, my nigga. Don't do what you about to do. Like, my nigga, if you hate Cecil, I feel like the hate is so forced, because this nigga does so much to keep everyone alive. Like, he does so much. This nigga damn near works overtime to make sure everyone is safe. And he does all that just to get disrespected by the strongest hero on the fucking earth. And besides the fact of Cecil being mistreated, even though it seems like he's a genuinely good guy, it's how Mark always gets his fucking ass whooped at every fucking second. And you can say he's holding back, but sometimes it's very questionable why you want to hold back, or why are you holding back in the first place, when you could prevent so many things by going damn near at least half power at that point. Because in the beginning of season 3, it's always stated how he became this much faster, this much stronger, this much this much that, this much this, just for him to feel the same like he did in previous seasons. My nigga had a whole training arc just to not improve at all. And the only time that he able to show off that he's really like that is when Omni-Man tells this nigga, stop fighting like a bitch, nigga. What are you doing? Fight like a Butramite. Then out of a sudden, this nigga Mark starts boxing and throwing hands. This nigga goes ballistics, and then he goes back into bitch mode. I don't, like, what is going on with this nigga? It makes no fucking sense. This is a life or death situation. Motherfucker, a whole different alien race is dying, and you can't tee up. Like, you couldn't tee up from the start to prevent a lot of shit from happening like this. And don't even get me started on that Quake nigga. When he brought all the heroes down to the middle of the earth, and Mark was there with Eve, and Mark was able to do butt fuck of nothing. But Cecil's robots, which Mark's killed so easily, was able to jump and overwhelm all those monsters underground when the Quake nigga, the ground Quake nigga, whatever the fuck his name is, summoned them and shit. Like, the robots was able to take them down. but Mark himself wasn't, even though he got stronger than he was before. How the fuck does that make sense? I don't even know. Is that season 3? I don't even remember at that point. I'm so stressed out about it. But just to stay on point, this nigga Mark has gotten exponentially more stronger than he was before in the previous seasons, but he never ends up really showing how strong he's really gotten in terms when he's actually fighting something. It doesn't feel it. The only time he feels strong is when he's fighting someone that doesn't have super strength like him. If he's fighting a normal nigga like those goddamn the twins that came from the fucking future, he feels amazing. He feels super strength. Oh my god, yeah, Superman. When he fights someone that has any bit of super strength at all, this nigga turns in just to another character. All in all, Mark just needs to lock in more, because you know he can do things to stop people from dying. It just feels like he chooses not to, which is crazy to me. I'm not gonna lie to you, I feel like he could have did a little bit more better against Conquest. And why do I say that? Even though Conquest was a dog, that nigga, you can feel his punches through the fucking screen. That nigga was a dog, but I feel like Mark could have did a little bit better. You wanna know why? Because he was able to take so much of a beating from Conquest, who was doing these damn near daily punches that if he punches anybody else with those, they would die instantly. This nigga Mark was taking so many of those punches and just getting a little bit bruised up and beaten up. Not like how he was against Omni-Man. No, this nigga Conquest was punching the fuck out this nigga, and he was just taking bare minimum damage, bare minimum damage, bare minimum damage, a little bit of scratches here, a little bit of scratches there. So you was able to take all that and still kept going after that, and still kept going after that, but you weren't able to do a little bit better fighting wise. For what reason? Why were you holding back? Why were you holding back? It makes no sense. I'm not gonna lie though, nigga, Adam Eve was on that nigga ass. Adam Eve was on Conquest ass, and I was shook and surprised that she was able to use her powers in a different way. But this little segment isn't about Adam Eve. We can go ahead and continue on to the next thing though, because I have no problems with her. Overall, she was a great character in every season. Loved her. Okay, boom. Moving on. Now this third point, I just wanted to know what the fuck was going on in Angstrom's head. This nigga is dumb than a bitch. I'm not gonna lie to you. So you hate Invincible, right? So you team up with other Invincibles to ruin Invincible's image when I don't even feel like he really did that. But hold on. Not just one Invincible, not just 2 Invincibles from another world. Like a whole different bunch of them niggas, bro. What in your right mind did you think you can control these niggas at any point in your life? You're dumb as fuck. Why did you grab a bunch of different evil fucking Marks and think that you have any sort of control over them when the Mark that you are trying to beat, my nigga, the Mark that you are trying to beat is 10 million times stronger than you are? And that's shown both in 2 different fights. When Mark gets serious against that nigga is going to die. That nigga literally fought fire with fire, but didn't know that he can get burnt too. Come on, how the fuck does that make sense? What happens when you play with fire, nigga? You get burnt. They turned on a nigga mad quick. I can only laugh at him because he is actually stupid as fuck, even though he got that big ass brain on his head. I don't know, it really made me feel like Angstrom was such a non-factor in these seasons, even though he's the one that caused a lot of things to happen in Mark's life, which is kind of, you know, led to some fucked up situations. But Angstrom was just a real dumb motherfucker. He was real stupid. He's a real dumbass nigga. But other than that little rant, we're gonna go ahead and leave this video off right here. But you know, one thing they should do is change the name from Invincible to Invincible, because this nigga Mark gets his ass whooped every day. But without further ado, go ahead and leave a like on the videos and subscribe, because you know you can help a little YouTuber out like me, and that would be very good to do.